Here's a great sales technique called layering. It will help you gather more information, useful information, to make more sales. When your prospect gives you a very short answer, you simply say, "Tell me more about that," and the prospect will actually give you more details. This is a skill called layering your questions. Many times you will find that you will have to layer a second, third, or even a fourth consecutive question on the same subject to gather enough useful information. It is critical that you have a list of prepared questions ahead of time. By having this list, you can literally lead your prospect to the answer or solution that you have in mind. Two important points to remember. Number one, ask questions that they know the answer to. If they know the answer, they like you. If they don't know the answer, they resent you. And number two, when you ask a question, shut up and listen and don't interrupt. So many people make the mistake of keep talking after asking a question. Let's go through some sample questions along with some layering. If you were to consider a new investment, would you be looking for more of a long-term hedge or more of a short-term profit potential? And here's the layer. Why is that important to you? And another, what is long-term to you? What type of work do you do? And here's the layer. That sounds interesting. Tell me a little bit more about it. How big is your family? And a layer, are any of the kids still living at home? And another layer, what kind of plans do you have for their college education? And yet another layer, what have you projected that will cost in 3 or 4 years? What would you consider to be the best investment you ever made? And here's the layer. How did you originally make that investment decision? And another, what did you like best about this investment? Without causing you too much pain, what's the worst investment you've ever made? I mean the real pits. And a layer. What are some of the things that you didn't like about it after you got into it? Would you consider yourself to be fairly conservative or more of a risk taker? And a layer, how about your spouse? If you saw an opportunity to realize an annual appreciation of 20 to 25%, would you be in a position to invest a minimum of $10,000? And a layer would be, are those investment dollars liquid now? That's a small sampling, but it will give you an idea of how a prepared list of questions can sound like pleasant conversation, but yet give you all of the ammunition that you'll ever need to find your prospect's hot button. Take notes and write down the answers to your questions as you'll be using them later to close the deal.